Hello.
Hello.
I was already here. Welcome to the podcast where we talk life, work, and occasionally music. My name is SwitchBladesForKids, and the other half of the podcast.
I'm occasionally music. How are we doing? My name's Blake. Blake Bentley. How are we doing? How are we going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Hey, you guys missed us last week. What happened?
The lost episode.
Dude, you know what? Alright, first of all, hello everyone. Welcome. How you been? It's been 2 weeks now. Yeah. Reason being, we recorded an episode, but then we had audio technical difficulties. You know, and you know what sucks is it just stopped recording. You know, you fixed the corrupted part.
Yeah, so...
why did it just stop recording?
I think I may have figured out the issue because I'm very high and mighty, and I'm very righteous, and so I tell my missus...
what you're trying to say.
I tell my missus all the time, hey, you better update your phone, and then I update her phone for her. I haven't updated my phone probably since I got it. And not only did I have to update it once, I had to update it 5 times.
That's so funny.
So many times. And then I tried doing more audio recording. It was completely fine. Doing video recording with all that sort of stuff. Now, phone works like a phone's supposed to work.
Yep.
Because newsflash to everybody, update your phone.
Now. Yeah, phone working now.
Who would have thought that updating your phone would have kept it working?
Huh?
Yeah. And it literally said in one of the patch notes, fixed voice recorder, it was like fixed voice recording stuff. Yeah, it was like bugs or something like that. So,
and you're like, I made my bed.
Yeah.
I made the sandwich.
So, and because of all of that, because I didn't update my phone, we now have a lost episode, and you'll have to dig through the internet to find it. Yeah, it's now a treasure hunt.
It's absolutely uploaded somewhere. It's not.
It is. You'll find it. It's on a Dropbox. And if we have any really good hackers,
look, you know what? We tried something different. We recorded in the park. Right, we went to the gym, we caught up, we went to the gym, we took some chairs and tripods and set everything up in the park, and we recorded for like an hour and a half in the park. And I actually think it was like good. It felt really good, and my audio, you know what sucks? My audio is so crisp and clear. Yeah. Right? But it didn't pick you up. Your audio is so crisp and clear, and it picked both of us up.
No shit.
Yeah, it picked both of us up. But the problem is that it's only 58 minutes long when it needs to be an hour and 24 minutes long.
Yeah.
And the only other recording we have is from the video, which is just wind. It's just wind. Yeah. So I was like, and then I'm like, maybe I can like use a mixture of like all 3 audios to something up. Man, it just it straight up did not work. Yeah.
No. And it's better to give you guys, the listener, a good episode, quality content, instead of just like...
Because we definitely give quality content.
But like, could you imagine at like 53 minutes it just cuts off and then all hears...
Dude, that's what it was. Like, seriously, like there was some times where I could hear pretty clearly, and then I would hear a car scream past, and I was like, oh, that ain't ideal. And then like a huge gust of wind for like 3 minutes, and I was like... oh, look, I don't think we can use this.
No, it's not ideal. Would be
it's real shitty.
Yeah,
it sucks big time. But you know what? Things happen.
It does happen.
Look, accidents happen. People have falls. Things. I work in aged care, so like it's just that's the common thing. You know what I mean? Like the common thing is that people have falls. Yeah. That's the common thing, you know. It's like you talk to everyone, you go, well, you know, have you had a fall yet? And they go, no. Well, they do happen. They do happen. Anyway, man, you know what? We've guffed on enough about why we didn't release an episode last week. Yeah. We didn't release it because we fucked up the technical part of it, the audio. We fucked it.
And it'll never happen again. Not on this goddamn show. All right? Never again.
Okay.
Never!
But anyway, dude, how you been? How you going? How's your 2 weeks been? It's really a week, because we actually spoke last week. So how's your week been?
We did, yeah. I'll say this. It's been quiet, I'd say. I don't know, obviously we went back to work and just did work stuff. And then
boring.
I've been running PT, so it's been really good. Like on certain days, so I just get out in the front and I'm just like, hey guys, today we're gonna do some fitness, yay!
Yeah, and then, fitness.
But then and then all the people that can't do like the stuff, like can't do fitness stuff, they have like these golden pieces of paper that say, leave me the fuck alone, I'm gonna go and do whatever I want, and I just go, cool man, see you later.
I'm guessing that's like a thing that literally says, I need to do real work. Not PT.
Sometimes it is. It's like the older, like the guys that are like woes and up and sergeants and shit like that, they'll just be like, hey, I'm not going to do PT, I'm going to go and do work. And it's just like, I don't have any control over you. You tell me what to do.
Yeah, you're literally my boss, dude. It's like... you tell me what I do, not the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so once they've like buggered off and they tell me that they're too busy to engage in my fitness programs, then we get the guys that come up and be like, I can't do it because I'm injured. And I go, don't do it then. See you later. Bye. Then I'm left with a very small group of people. All right. And these guys, just like me, are sick of it's just sessions that are there to get your heart rate up. That's literally it. You just get up there, you get really sweaty, and then you walk away, and you don't get much more out of it than some sort of cardiovascular fitness. It's mainly just a hit session, right?
Yeah,
and that's and I totally get.
How long does it go for?
About 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So you got
like genuinely just a good cardio session.
Exactly, and it's I definitely understand why we do it and stuff like that, but I don't find a lot. I don't get a lot out of it. Because I don't put a lot into it, and I hate because I hate cardio. I'll be the first to admit it.
You know, so if it was like anything but running, like I'm about it. I hate running. I'm a big heavy guy. Running hurts. Like it fucks my ankles,
dude,
man.
I'm right there with you. I'm 90 kilos now. Actually, I'm 94 kilos now.
Nice.
And running is just like say goodbye to your knees for the next 2 days. Like
you're like only 20 kilos lighter than me now.
How good is that?
Like 20, 25, something like that. That's nuts.
Yeah, dude.
How we only got like 20 kilos between us now?
Because I've been eating
Because you've been putting weight on and I've been
putting so much weight on, dude. I think the last time we did like any sort of weight check, I was like 82 or 84 or something like that. Yeah.
You said 94 now?
Yeah, 94 now.
Yeah, dude, you know what? We went to gym last week. You are huge now.
I'm
like when I was helping you get the dumbbells up for bench.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like just I don't because we don't see each other in person that often anymore.
It's
so I was
rare.
just like, because I'm like, all right, I'll help him get these dumbbells up. I'm like, dude, your arms are huge.
I've been specifically training my arms.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this dude's monster now. Like, holy shit!
I've just and it's literally just been.
I can see, eating. Man. You know what? Yeah, I can tell that you have put weight on. Like for sure, dude.
Thank you.
For fucking sure.
Wait, that's all I wanted.
Yeah, you're like, dude. Yes, I've been trying, man. I've been trying so hard, man.
I see myself every day, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm getting any bigger. And then I'm like, the shirts are getting smaller. And then Kim's like, yeah, you're getting a little bit bigger. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And then you're like, dude, you're getting pretty fucking big. I'm like,
dude, you're huge.
Yes, it's working.
Yes.
Oh man.
But, that's funny. That's funny.
Anyway, back to the PTs. It's not much more. Honestly, it's. I'm running sessions that aren't cardio based. It's more like go in there and then I just say to the guys, we're going into the gym and you guys do what you want to do in the gym. You just have to exert a certain like either upper or lower or a certain body part for like 30, 45 minutes. And that
push yourself to failure a couple times.
Exactly. And that's why I said to the guys, and they all know it. These guys all go to the gym and I'm just like, you guys, whatever day it is for your gym, just like do it. You know,
just do it in half an hour,
and it's perfect because Wednesday is my leg day, and it's like dudes in there are just like, oh yeah, cool, let's do legs, and I'm there doing like a bajillion fucking Bulgarians and just like hating my life. Dudes pulling like, and we don't get the chance to do this as a group.
Yeah.
I didn't know. One dude pulls 180 kilo deadlifts. Like it's just sort of nothing.
Yeah,
and it's very scary.
I actually have not tried like a big heavy deadlift in a while. I've been doing rack pulls occasionally, and just like fucking around. I've been doing RDLs with dumbbells.
I
so
do
like
RDLs.
just because you know what, like it just feels good.
Yeah,
RDLs feel really good. Deadlifts don't feel good for me, and I don't know if it's just because of my structure. because like I'm a tall guy, right? Like I think deadlifts for tall people suck more than they do for short people. I think that's an actual thing because the range of movement, right? It's like the distance that fucking weight has to travel when you're 6'3" is enormous.
Exactly.
It needs to go so far. But if you're like 5'4", 5'6", like, bro, you're like lifting it an inch off the ground.
Have you seen that dude who's like, he's got really long fucking arms? He's got like such a short torso. He's got long legs and long arms. He's got like the proper goblin body, right? So he does sumo.
Yeah, of course he does.
But he failed all of his lifts because his arms are too long and the bar doesn't ever actually go past his knees because his legs are so far out. His arms are too long. So when he pulls, he can't get the bar like over his knees, and he is like locked out. He's locked out, and they're just like, nah.
They're like, dude, you
don't care.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
He's standing like upright. He's gone, I cannot go any straighter than this.
But it's a thing of like, it's like a life hack for deadlifters. It's just like, pull sumo. Pull sumo.
And you know what? That's what I've never pulled sumo, and I never will.
I don't deadlift anymore.
No, neither do I. Like I said, RDLs and rack pulls.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck my lower back up, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I turned 30 this year. I don't know.
It's the risk, like the risk to reward sort of ratio. Like if I did a full session or like a set of like good deadlifts and shit like that, so like I'm actually feeling it, and I'm like, oh my god, I just
what is the benefit there for you?
Eventually my back will not be sore.
But is there other ways for you to do it?
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing. Fucking,
that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? It's like it's all. I understand like the whole like you want something that trains your glutes, you want something that trains your hams, your quads, you want something that trains like your lower back or like your CNS sort of system, your core and shit like that. And it's like, yeah, cool. Deadlift does all of those things, but it's a very complex movement, and if you fuck it up with heavy weight, you get fucked.
Yeah, man, you get
that's just how it
up.
works.
You get fucked right up, dude.
It's the same as squats. Squats, like if you end up doing that wrong, like it's bad news bears for fucking everyone, including you.
Dude, a dude died last year from it. So it's from a squat.
Yeah,
snapped his neck.
Yeah,
I saw the video. It sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. It
sucks, man. It's not good. Yeah, all it ended up being is he didn't have safeties.
Oh man,
that's literally it, dude. If he had safeties, he'd be living today.
Yeah, I cannot stress this enough.
And you know, and another thing,
safeties.
Safeties, right? So he didn't have the safety bars either side of him, right? Because he was in a power rack.
Yeah,
he had a spotter, but he's like fucking. It was like 320 kilos or something. Like it's just an outrageous amount of fucking weight, or like some dumb 280 something dumb. Like if you and this guy, you know what? Actually, he knows how to squat, but you know what? It didn't look like he knew how to do was how to safely drop weight. Like how to safely, safely exit in a squat, because it ended up going forward. Like he tried to get it off going forward,
hit the rack,
and he snapped his neck.
Yeah. Did he go forward to hit the rack and then he couldn't like escape?
No, he was too far from the rack, and he went down.
Just fell straight forward
and like couldn't get it back up. And his spotter was like trying to help, but it was so fucking. What are you going to do? Like he needs 3 spotters, not 1.
Yeah.
With the amount of weight he was doing, 1 spotter's literally going to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like the only thing a spotter could have done really is try and help him stand back up, which he tried. It wasn't going to happen.
No.
And then eventually the weight fell forward, and there was no way he was going to get it back, and it just snapped his neck.
Oof.
Yep.
That sucks.
Just pushed the back so far forward, bang, broken, dead, like within minutes, sort of thing.
How fucking nuts is that, eh?
Yeah. At a gym, the dude was like 32 or like 30 years old. He was a fitness influencer, like, you know, just safeties, people. Use your fucking safeties. Man. And they are there for a fucking reason. I'm
on the side.
Like, rest in peace to the guy, but
there's a guy. I think you say this a lot. You know, you got to practice safe sets. I don't know who says that.
It's fucking
Eubank.
Fuck. No, West.
Oh, Jesse James West.
Jesse James West. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time his is, do you practice safe sets? It's always like, did you say sets or sex? It's sets. And then he'll slip the collar on, and it's like, yeah, dude, and like within reason, because
That's
there is
fine.
a, you know what? If you're doing bench and no one's around you, do not put the clips on.
No.
You'll die.
Yeah, dude, I told you about my story about like fucking doing incline. I did have like 2 other guys in the gym with me, but I was just rolling solo. Yeah. And there was safeties that were way too low. Yeah. And I was just like, it's fine. I'll just roll it down and then boop boop. I just like drop it way to either side.
Yeah, if you're doing incline and you're up high, you can sort of get it down to your waist. You know what I mean? Like down to your lap.
Yep.
And then you can sort of just push the weight off one side, and then it'll just fling up the other way.
I'll say this: I could not have. Oh, maybe I could have, because I was just thinking maybe I could have like thrust it out, but at the same time, the bench is really light. Yeah. So as soon as you like lift off and you start pressing your back against it, it would have just lifted up with me. So I was like, even if I was able to get that up and I could probably like lift it over, you know, just don't have collars on sometimes.
Yeah. The only times you don't want to have them on genuinely is if you're lifting by yourself in a situation where you need to, like, if you can't lift it, you need to be able to angle it so the weight falls off. Yeah. You don't put collars on.
Yeah.
You don't practice safe sets.
Don't practice safe. No, that's even safer. That's a safe set.
It's funnily enough because that is a safe set, because you're not putting the collar on because it's safer to do it that way. No, look, at the end of the day, just use your safeties. Whatever the safeties are, lift safely. Fuck it. We're here for fitness and for longevity. We're not here to fucking die in the gym. No one actually wants to. I need to get fucking
juiced, man. I'm going to get absolutely fucking jacked, stacked.
Look, you know what? You know what? Within reason, I'm sort of at this point now where I'm like, I was always big enough. Right? Yep. So my legs are fucking huge just as they are. I don't really need to... Like, I still work them lightly, but I don't do heaps of work. Yeah. Because my legs are big enough. I've been lifting, like, 170 kilos plus for, like, fucking 15 years. Walking around, squatting, picking up... Like, I used to carry, like, 50 kilos on my shoulders on top of that. And walk around. You know what I mean? 2 bags of fucking cement on my shoulders or whatever it was. Walk around with another 50 kilos. I was walking around 230-odd kilos holding that shit. Yeah. Like, that's fucking heavy, man.
On the legs. And that's, that's
all day,
really good
every
testament
day.
as to why your fucking, like, calves are so big as well.
Yeah.
Because, like, you would never have to train calves.
I don't.
Ever.
Exactly. I actually don't train calves, and my calves are, like, defined. Like, they are probably my most well-defined muscle on my body is my calves.
Because they've been fucking working, man.
Damn, my whole life. That's the thing. Like, you know what? You know what this is it. This is the trick. This is the magic trick to getting big calves. When you're about 8 years old, get bullied in state school and eat a lot of food and get really fat. Carry that fat with you till you're about 27 and then lose it all and your calves will be enormous.
And that's how you genetically get big calves.
And that is how you get big calves.
Or you'd be like, all natural.
Or you're like 44 years old, you've never stepped foot in a gym, and for some reason your calves are enormous.
Yeah, dude.
Have you noticed that? Just like some old dads. Yeah. Like, they'll be in their fucking New Balance with their jean shorts, and they're like, well, and you just look at them, and you're like, dude, your calves are like the size of mountains.
Like, what did you do? Oh, I just helped Dad around the farm.
Yeah, he's like, I just, he goes, you know, running after these kids. You're like, that's not it.
Are you sprinting everywhere?
Because I run after kids.
You're sprinting at max fucking speed?
I got these. You know, they're not the biggest calves in the world, but like, they're for what I need. I don't need to work on them. Like, if we will talk about other than like fitness and health, if you're just going on like, you know, you want to go to gym and you want to work everywhere a little bit, you want to be like, what's the word? Well-rounded. You know, like. Yeah, you don't want to be like those guys who just only have upper body and no lower body. You look at those guys and you just look at them and go, what's the point? What's the point? No, exactly. But see, you work out like, man, there is a guy at gym, and like, I don't know his name. I haven't run into him that many times. Yeah. I'm sure as shit he's never stepped foot or sat on a leg machine. Like, I swear to God, he has never stepped on a leg machine. But boy, George, his arm's huge. But like, he has got the biggest arms in the world, and he looks like Eggman.
That's fucked
He looks
up.
like Eggman. Like, he is like tiny, thin little legs, and then his top. He's just enormous. Like, he'd have abs, big chest, big back, huge shoulders.
That's weird.
Why?
That's weird,
right? It just it's like a weird sort of. It's just, why bother? I don't know. I don't get it. But I don't actually need to work my legs out, so no. I got the best of both worlds. But anyway, man, I haven't been going to gym too much. But look, my week.
Yes.
I'll just quickly. This is weird because we're recording halfway through the week. Normally we record on a Sunday, but we're actually recording a day before the episode goes out, which is different.
Late.
Late
and midweek, and we're both home, and it's like during the day, and it's the middle of the week, and it's like,
and no one's home, so we can sort of yell.
We can straight
and it
up
feels
yell.
good. I want to do this time more often.
Yeah.
Except that we both have jobs, and normally we're not home during the week. So
we always just take. You know what? We just work Saturdays. You can't work Saturdays.
I
don't think I can work Saturdays.
No, probably not.
No.
No. Look, it is what it is. Look, I haven't done anything. Honestly, nothing much has happened this week for me. It's been very chill. I've just been like still planning, like, you know, selling and moving and all that sort of stuff. I did do some gardening shit. I've got...
Go on. I've also got something about gardening. Go on.
Ooh. My jalapenos, so fucking good. Dude. So many of them. I've got another jar now. This is my third jar, stacked to the brim of pickled jalapenos, right? And I just looked at my my 3 plants yesterday. Heaps more growing. Like, I'm going to have to harvest again soon, probably in the next maybe 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a jar of pickled jalapenos a fortnight, like an entire jar, like a 500ml jar. Yeah, dude, it's fucking wicked. I love pickled jalapenos. I eat them like every day. so very good. But so I got they're going real good. I've planted some sunflowers just because why not?
Cool.
Why fucking not?
Yeah.
And they're going pretty good. I got a capsicum. Capsicum's grown now. That's fucking cool.
Oh, that's very cool, yeah.
It's only a single one, and it's real sad looking. So
take the seeds.
Yeah, that's it. This is what people say, actually, because they go, it obviously it flowered and fruited, right? Yep. So it's done its life cycle. So now the idea would be to get the seeds from the one fruit that it did fruit.
Yeah.
And replant multiple plants, and then those should actually situate themselves a lot better, and they should actually grow a lot more fruit. Yeah. What my mum says, this is what my mum says. She says that the first year of any harvest of any like longevity thing, so like, you know, berry bushes or like apple trees or flowers or anything that lasts longer than a single season, like, you know, fucking root vegetables and shit. Yeah. She's like, just cut all the flowers off in the first season that you plant them. So when they grow and they start to bud, you cut them. If they start to fruit, you cut them. If they start to flower, you cut it. Just anything. You cut it all down, because what you're trying to do is you're trying for all of the nutrients for the plant to be just going into the root system, to go into the plant itself, not to spend all of its energy on trying to create fruit that's going to be like shitty fruit anyway.
No fucking shit.
Yeah, cool, eh?
I love that. That is so fucking smart, because like that's what the plant is trying to do. It's like it's diverting its energy to
grow fruit. To grow flowers or to grow other things. So it's also with pruning, like, because when you're doing trees, like we've got the mulberry tree, and I'm gonna start looking into this shit, but like certain trees need to be pruned a certain way in a certain time of the year for them to actually grow and fruit properly. So there's so much involved in this shit, man, and it's so cool. Like, after my mum told me, she's like, trust me, she goes, buy some flowers, cut all the heads off the flowers, just cut them all down, cut all the buds, you'll just have a little green thing. There's just little leaves. Next year, it will be enormous. And I did that with some marigolds, and Arlo even ripped it out of the ground. Right? He ripped it out of the fucking ground, and I had to replant it in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And it is enormous, dude. It is the big, like, it was a tiny little thing before, and now it's, you know what I mean? Like, it has just grown to be this enormous little thing. No flowers yet, right? Because it's flowering season.
Yeah.
So this, I'm like, I said to my mum, I was like, how long have you done that? She's like, always. She's like, I've always done that. First of any like fruit plants or trees or flowers or anything. She's like, I always cut everything off first season. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that, you know, a little fucking snip here and there. I didn't do it with the jalapenos, and you know what? I've gotten heaps of harvests from them, but they're all weird. They're all like weird shapes and shit, which means nothing to me because I'm slicing them up and pickling them. So it literally does not mean a fucking thing what they look like to me. But like you think about in the shops and that, you don't see fruits and veggies that are all fucked up and weird, and I know that they throw them all out, like I already know that, but I think part of like that, what mum says anyway, and this is the thing, she's a green thumb, like she's a gardener, part of that process of cutting them all out is so that they establish themselves well enough that they can actually flower properly.
It's so like a foundation.
So rather than trying to produce a fruit while also trying to foundate themselves in the ground, they just worry about their root system. They just worry about growing to the size that they need to grow.
I love that.
That's the only thing they worry about. And then next year, you get all the fruit. Because they don't need to grow anymore.
That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to plant a whole heap of tomatoes.
Yep. Another thing I want to do is a fruit forest, and I've seen a guy who did a fruit forest in a really cool way. He literally got a container, filled it with all of these different seeds. Like there was like root vegetable seeds, there was like flowers, there was like tree seeds, there was plants, there was growing, climbing, everything and anything.
Yeah.
And he went to a patch that he had sort of worked out, this is where we're going to do it. And he walked through and he just spread the seeds everywhere. Literally just chaos gardened and spread a mixed seeds everywhere.
Yeah.
And like just fucking swept it all around, covered it all with hay. And then he's like, what lives, lives, and what dies, dies. So essentially what happens is nature itself decides what lives.
Yeah.
And then he might get like a few, like he plants trees that are good for, like, I think it's like nitrogen in the ground or something like that. Like you want nitrogen producing plants.
Yeah.
So those are the tree seeds he puts in there. So the plants that actually live are the plants that he then grows around. So he'll go through and machete it all down, right? Yeah. Go through and machete all the things he doesn't want and clean it all up and clear out spaces. And then he plants the stuff he actually wants to like harvest. But because it's an entire area full of life already, it's like the soil is full of life. He's like, it's the easiest thing in the world. He goes, it's like, obviously takes many years to get it going because you need the trees to grow and that takes many years. But he's like, all these people who go around and they're like, oh, you've got to plan it, which way the sun's going, this, that, the other thing. Like, you know what I mean? That's what people say. Oh, if you're going to do a food forest, you have to do it properly. And I'm like, you know what? Nature doesn't do anything with fucking plans, does it?
No.
Nature just grows.
It's a lot of organized chaos.
It is! Dude, there's like, sometimes a tree is growing out of another tree because the seed landed in like the hollow of a tree and it's grown into that tree and it's basically parasited its way through, killed that tree and grown out of its grave. Like,
just to tack on that, when me and Kai were kids in the backyard of my mum's house, we had like a palm tree, really long, like I don't know, call it trunks, and then like there was like just a couple of leaves at the top. We had actually snapped off an entire trunk, and at this point it's probably like, I don't know, like fucking 5 meters.
Yeah, okay.
And so we were holding this thing and we're just like swinging it around at each other. We fought each other for maybe like played with it for like 3 days, and then Dad was like, what the fuck is this? And he slotted it back into like where the fucking thing was, just sat it on top, and we got it out again and played with it, and then we put it back and shit like that. Yeah. Forgot about it for, I don't know, years, I guess. It must have been years. It regrew. Yeah. It like molded itself back to a part of the tree. You can see where it just sat, and it molded itself back into the tree, and the rest of the tree just consumed it back into like, you're one of us. You exist. You know what's even now.
Man, I got another little story about that sort of stuff. I don't know if I've said this before. Stone fruit are like compatible with each other, as in you can graft stone fruit onto other stone fruit trees, and what that means is you can graft like a apricot branch onto a peach tree, and it will grow apricots on that branch.
What about nectarines?
You can do that. There is a guy, a scientist,
Leprechauns!
yeah, I think he's like a teacher at a university or something. He made a tree with every stone fruit on it. There is 40 fruit that grow from a single tree because stone fruit are all compatible with each other. That
fucking
sounds like cool, right?
That sounds like genetic hell.
It does.
That tree.
It does. But like, isn't that fucking cool?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Like, so every stone, you could literally have one plant and you could go there and get 6, 7, 8, 10, 40 different pieces of fruit.
Does it actually flower different fruit, or does it try and mix them all?
No, it just knows. It just knows that branch is an apricot branch.
That is sick. Okay, that's okay. All right, straight up. That's
it just knows that this branch is a peach branch, and this branch is a plum, and it just knows. And all the flowers are the same colors that they normally are. So this tree is covered in multicolored flowers.
That is hectic.
It's so fucking cool, man.
I love that.
So like, I'm like starting to think, how do I do this sort of stuff? Because what they do is there'll be a branch, and they'll just you're still sick. I know. And they just cut like the skin off, and then they surround it with dirt. And what happens is the bit where they cut the skin off, roots grow out of there.
Yeah.
So then when the roots are grown enough, you know, you open it up, have a look. Oh, there's roots everywhere. You cut it and you just put it in the ground, and there's a new tree.
Yeah.
Like, it's so, man, nature's so fucking cool, dude.
I remember fucking someone back in Wodonga used to go to these, like, stick conventions or stem conventions and shit like that. And what they do is they could just get the graftable stems.
Yeah, cuttings. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, here's a whole bunch of sticks. And I'm like, I remember going to this, like, chick's house, or this dude's house, and his wife used to do it. And fucking, there was just, like, bundles of sticks everywhere, and I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, that's part of some tree. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, why the fuck do you have it?
What?
Like,
yeah, but why?
Oh, it's for grafting. And I'm like, what is that? And then she's like, oh, and I'll do this, and then I'll make a little slit in the tree, and I'll slip that in, and then I'll water it, and I'll tape it. And I was like, why don't you just get the tree? she's like, no, because it's then you don't need to buy a whole nother plant. You just buy the sticks. And I was like, how much were the sticks? and then she told me, and I was like, I'll just buy the fruit, thanks. There's no way.
Yeah, see, cuttings and stuff are fucking. Like, this is the thing. Tree, like, seeds is the best way to do it. It is genuinely the best way to do it because it is the cheapest, and you're not fucking around with trying to graft shit. You just grow it. You just grow, and you know that it's good because that is where it has grown. You know what I mean?
Oh my
like,
God.
You're not moving it. You're not fucking around with it. That's it. That's where it is.
Blake, you get like a peach, you get an apricot, like the fruit, right? Peach, apricot, a nectarine, and then, I don't know, what else?
Plum.
Plum? There we go. Peach, apricot, nectarine, plum. You just eat them. You keep the fucking, this is some dumb shit I'm just about to say. But you keep the stones, right? Because they're seeds.
Yeah,
right?
they are. Yep.
Plant them next to each other. They grow up. Then you cut them down. You take the cuttings, and then you form them into one mega tree.
I'm okay with this. I'm not even kidding. Like, I genuinely plan on making. Yeah, it will take years. I genuinely plan on making a mega stone fruit tree. Like, I actually plan on doing one. I don't know if it'll be 40, but
even just 4, even just those 4. What more do you need?
Yeah, genuinely, I like, and I'll have other trees and shit, but the fact that someone has done it with every known species of stone fruit.
Yeah, that's hectic. That's proper hectic.
Ah, man, like, you know what? To be honest, these are the big topics that have been in my life for the past sort of while, right? Is nature.
Oh, yeah.
God, right? Because, like, just getting all amongst it and, like, learning about everything to do with God and gods and different gods and different religion, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And obviously geopolitics. But you know what? Look, this is the thing. It sounds, I'm not tired of it, but I'm tired of seeing it. I just like it to stop. so I don't have to, because like I have this weird thing, right, where I'm like, I want to make content, but then I'm like, I don't have, like, I want to. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually don't want to make content right now, but I want to make content right now. I just have this weird thing where I'm just like, I don't know if it's, I'm not going to call it burnout, because it's not burnout. It's just this thing where I'm like, I think it's like a realization. You know what I mean? Realization moment. Working sucks.
Yeah.
Working sucks. and debt sucks, right?
Yes.
So the only thing that I'm worrying about right now, other than this podcast, because I do enjoy this podcast. I enjoy this. This is fun.
Same.
I do want to make more content, but the main thing I'm worrying about right now is trying to not have fucking debt. Not trying to have crippling debt. And the problem is that my plan on how to get out of debt doesn't include making content. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's I think that might be the problem, is that it's not in the plan right now for me to get to where I want to be. So I don't feel like I need to make it.
Yeah. So
even like, because I was thinking, like, I haven't opened Unreal Engine in like 2 weeks. Like, I opened FL Studio last night for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, the only time I open fucking OBS or DaVinci Resolve is for the podcast.
Yep.
So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, all of these things, I'm I'm enjoying nature more. I'm like, I just enjoy sitting outside. Like, fuck, it's nice. I don't know, man. This is some weird shit. The world's going crazy, and I think I've had enough of it. I think is what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately what this is. This is me going, you know what? Yeah, the world does suck. We all know it sucks. And I've just had a fucking enough.
That's totally fucking valid and fair. I hear you.
Right? Am I crazy? Like, this is the thing. Like I say it to everyone. So, like, at work and all that, like, I talk to people, and they all, like, agree within reason. They're all like, oh, yeah, it sucks. I'm like, why are we letting it happen? And they're just like, oh, what do you mean? Like, I mean, we're the ones who can do something. And they're like, no, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're the only ones.
It's literally just left to us.
There's, you know what it is? It's this weird thing. In Australia, I've known, it might be the distance, right? The vast greatness between our cities. But we don't fight shit other than each other. Like, in Australia. We let fucking anyone do anything. Like, seriously, the fucking, like, what is it? The gas companies pay like 2% tax, when in Norway they pay 78% tax.
Yeah.
Like, the average person in Norway gets a fucking topper-upper of like 2k a year because they tax the fucking mining companies properly. So the residents, the citizens who live in Norway get a supplement bonus from the tax of the mining companies.
No shit.
Yeah. You know what we do? We tax our students instead. So I believe it was last financial year. Hextet was like the biggest gross revenue maker or something for the Australian government.
For real?
More than any like tax on any corporation or company or anything. It was Hextet. Hextet is where we make our money. Like, where the Australian government makes the money. Yeah. Yeah. From the students. From the people who literally live in their cars to go to university. That's where they're making their money from.
Yeah.
Because, like, one of Jackie's friends, she's in uni. She lives down the Gold Coast somewhere. But she's telling me half the people in her class sleep in their cars Monday to Friday and then drive home Saturday, Sunday. Like, to do uni, because they don't live anywhere near uni. They live like 2 hours away, out west or something, or out south or north, wherever it is. They're hours away. So they sleep in their car because it's just easier. Like, they'll have a shower at uni. You know what I mean? Like, they've got shower services and stuff.
Because you go to the gym.
You go to the gym or whatever. Go to the gym, have a shower. Like, that's all good. Eat some dinner and shit. Like, you're just eating out and shit. Like, eating cheap, of course, but eating out and that. Like, you know, or maybe eating at your mate's house. That he might have a 1-bedroom apartment and no fucking bed, so you got to sleep in your car.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay all the tax on your HEX debt to keep our country afloat.
That is wild.
It's fucking nuts,
is hectic,
man. It's so nuts. Like, as if our fucking students are the one keeping the... No wonder the country's falling apart. Students got no money. How do we keep afloat but from the students when they're broke? We don't.
You don't.
But anyway, that's enough. You know, enough politics stuff, because politics is just, you know, I love talking politics, but at the same time, it's sort of boring. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's this weird thing of, like, it's boring because it's so rough and real.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's maybe not boring. I don't. It's just rough. It's real, and it sucks to hear that like students living in cars are the ones who pay all this tax.
Yeah,
because our government sucks.
Well, then what I can do for you, Blake, is provide some sort of comedy.
Is it you driving over the Gateway Bridge in a tank?
That wasn't me.
Did you know about that?
Yeah, I've seen that. That was awesome.
Oh, no, but did you know about prior?
No.
Oh, I was like, surely like the army, like it must be army something.
Oh yeah,
like driving a tank over the Gateway Bridge. I assume it's army, and I can only assume that you. Like I was like, maybe Zach knew about this guy doing this thing because you drive trucks and stuff. I don't know. You're like a driving instructor and shit. I know you don't drive tanks, but
yeah, not me. Yeah,
not you. You had no idea.
Yeah,
there you go.
I wasn't at work that day.
Well, you might have known if you were at work that day.
Yeah, because they'd be like, oh yeah, because we usually get like a base-wide alert.
I think it was like Monday or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So I just wasn't in. I was at Amberley, telling the doc, I was like, I'm real sick and I'm gonna stay home. And he's like, you're real sick and you're sick and you stay home.
You know what? I was actually gonna ask if you had to drive all the way to Brisbane to go on base to talk to the meds, like, because I know you have to go in and talk to the on-base doctors.
Yeah.
Like I knew that. But you can go to Amberley even if you're not stationed at Amberley.
I literally just called up the boss and I was just like, hey, am I right to go to Amberley instead of driving an hour in? Turns out the best fucking yes I ever got, because I got a call 30 minutes later from one of my mates who's like, hey man, are you stuck in this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, there was a crash on the Gingerley Bridge and it's covering both lanes and he's 20 minutes away, like 20-minute drive in traffic from that point. And he's like, oh, and it's a car park already and I can't escape. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm staying home.
Wait, like, logistics. I love it.
I love it so much, man. That's the only time I like a good logistics story. Is that
is when you don't get caught in it.
Yeah. He was completely just stuck, and I was like, "Hey, man, sucks to suck."
Hey, I'm going to Amberley, brother.
I'm gonna go to the rapper and not come in for a couple of days, and he's just like, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "Beep."
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll talk to you never.
Yeah. So I'm gonna laugh at him when I rock up tomorrow.
You're back in tomorrow, are you?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, see how you go.
Maybe. I'm still feeling that shit. I'm still coughing that shit.
I think you might have an eye problem there, Zach.
I do. I think I do as well, and I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing.
Yeah, okay, nice.
let me hit you with something, because I know we're short on time, but we sort of are, we sort of not, but we sort of are. Yeah. Let me tell you about something I did yesterday. So, Kim's going to work, right? She starts work at 8, finishes at 4. She works at this cool, like, little service help desk thing, right?
Yeah, you told me about that. Yep.
It's awesome. For the uni. She loves it. And I love her doing it. But I had to stay home. I was already staying home, right? So I was like, I have to stay home. And I also have to look after my daughter, because she's sick.
Oh, I love it.
And so me and her are just chilling out on the couch, watching movies, playing games and drawing and shit like that, and eating food and going out and getting tacos stuff, because we had tacos last night. Sick.
Nice.
Now, it got to a point at around 1 o'clock. I want to say 1 or 1:30, right? And she asked me, she says, Dad, can we play Mario Kart? I'm like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. And I open up the Switch, like, turn on the Switch, and I'm like, wait a second. I literally was on my phone 2 seconds prior, and a video came up, all right? And it was about like a speed run of a certain game, right? So I type in this certain game into the Switch, because I remember that I'd seen this game in 2017, right?
Wow, okay.
It's a big name farming game.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's not Farming Simulator, okay? It is not Farming Simulator. It's Stardew Valley, man. Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I fucking bought it. It's $17 on the Switch store.
It's super cheap. Yep.
It's super fucking cheap. It's fucking couch multiplayer.
Oh, it's actually multiplayer.
Couch split screen multiplayer.
Oh, nice.
It was so fucking cool. Quinn now has like the fine motor skills to like handle 2 controllers and do multiple actions at the same time, which is really cool to fucking learn.
Yeah. Harper's pretty good now too.
It's so cool, right?
Harper's playing Minecraft, so we're starting to play survival Minecraft together.
How hectic is that?
Yeah, Arlo just like because it's 3-player. Yeah. Arlo just stares at the sky normally.
Yep.
And then he'll just sort of walk off. So he's like, he'll be like, Dad, where am I? Dad, where am I?
Yeah.
Dad, where am I?
Bud.
So I made him a hole to stand in inside of our house.
Oh, good.
And he stares at the ceiling normally. So,
oh my god!
And then Harper and I are actually off doing like actual survival stuff, like
dungeoning
things, and dungeoning, and like Harper's getting pretty good, man. Like she watches lots of. There's one thing we allow her to watch on YouTube, and it's like just this like they're YouTube, obviously YouTubers. But it's like Minecraft YouTube, but it's just these 2 people, 2 voice actors, Mikey and JJ.
Yes!
Yeah. And you know what? Mikey and JJ, man, I love that shit. I actually watch it. I sit down and watch
that. Yeah.
You know why? Because it's super simple. The storylines are always super simple. They're not that bad. They're not there trying to, like, sell a toy or trying to... No. It is literally just like, today, we're making a fucking...
some mob generator. Or
it's like
we made a prison and then they escaped and then there was a big bad guy at the end and we used a big mat of TNT to blow him up.
Or like my favorite ones is where they have a competition and who can build the coolest whatever.
Yeah.
So to be like, today we're building a tree house. Mikey's gonna build a tree house and I'm gonna build a tree house. I'm like, I love this shit. I'll just sit there and watch it all day. But anyway, so the kids have been watching that and Harper's like, she's telling me all this shit about Minecraft. I'm like, this kid actually knows. Like she has the theory on how to play Minecraft now. She knows how to make Eyes of Ender. I didn't even know how to make Eyes of Ender.
I don't.
I know what an Ender Pearl is. And I was like, I think Eye of Ender, I was like, I think you use them to get to the end. And she's like, yeah, you put them in the end portal blocks. So I was just like, how?
I never ever played that far.
Neither did I. I don't think I killed the End Dragon once, but it was like with a group of people, so I didn't actually do all of the hard labor.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like I was just sort of present, and other people did everything.
I've gotten as far as get into the Nether and fight maybe a couple of pigs, but like never been in a fortress. I've had friends who
never
seen a Nether fortress.
Man, I had a like. Oh, I think you know. Did you meet DJ?
That sounds like someone I
Bone Tone.
Yeah,
Bone Tone. Yeah, and like that group. Man, they got right into Minecraft. Like they were making like redstone machines from scratch. Like as in they knew how redstone operated and all the other blocks operate with redstone and everything well enough to make their own versions of machines. So he made, like one of the boys, Shano, he made his own sorting machine. Like he called it Shane Shop, and it was Shane Shop 2.0 because it was the second iteration of Shane Shop, and it was like 1,000 times better. So you'd walk in, like, and it was like a giant vault. So you press a button, and the vault would like and just open up.
That's pretty cool.
And then you walk in, and it was just like lined with all these chests, and you could see all the items moving around above you and stuff, and like. Literally like something out of sci-fi movie. You know what I mean? Like it's like, this is ridiculous. I was like, so like obviously like, you know, you used the tutorial or something. He's like, nah, this was all me. Like, get fucked.
Yeah, that's hectic. You've taken it too far, man.
Yeah, how many hours? How many hours has it taken you to play this game to get to this point? Hundreds, thousands, perhaps.
Exactly.
Like, ridiculous. So these guys, they had done like everything, and they were just at the point where they're just like building a world now.
Yeah.
In creative mode.
Terraforming.
Not in creative mode, sorry. In survival mode. Not in creative. Yeah. In survival. Yeah. They were like building cities and I'm just like, you know, like I like it, but it gets to a point where I'm just like, why? It's just creative exists. You can just build stuff in creative mode.
It's like, but it's harder because you got to struggle to get stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like the, you know, the I get it because it's the, what's the fucking delayed gratification. Like I get it. You know, going to gym. That's the epitome of delayed gratification. But you know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know, man. Like, I like playing games. Trust me, I do. Yeah. But if you can get to a point where you know redstone so well that you can build a shop that, and it was enormous. Like, I don't know how to explain. Bigger than a nether castle or whatever. Nether fortress. Like, it was enormous, man. Like, all the technical part. And I showed Jackie. Even to this day, Jackie still remembers it because of just how ridiculous it was. just like the sheer amount of work and time that went into this thing, like, you know, I remember I started with them.
Like a computer out of redstone in like a 16-bit computer and shit like that, or whatever it was.
Someone did that in Terraria recently.
That's nuts. Like, just
they created a
go
computer.
Home.
Yeah,
touch
seriously.
grass.
And you know what? He actually had to create a mod to make the computer work, because just the system of Terraria didn't work the way it needed to. It didn't give enough actions per second. So he made a mod for it to be able to, like, for the cap to increase more actions per second.
Yeah.
He created a fucking computer that plays Pong.
That's,
inside of Terraria. Like, it's
too
like
far.
people
You've
who
gone
make
too far.
people who make computers inside of Minecraft, and people who, like, it is isn't it nuts when you think about it on a grand scale? It's a computer within a computer, which makes the whole simulation idea sort of
starting to get valid.
Talking about God and stuff, like, hey man, if you can make, you know what, they can make Pong inside of Terraria. Simulation real, maybe.
Pong inside my brain.
Yeah, maybe Elon put maybe he put thing in brain and now Pong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the Neuralink's for. You literally just can play video games in your head now.
You'll be in like a... Oh, man, it would be terrible, because I'm in so many meetings that I don't need to be in. So it is just... Oh, yeah, just literally... just blank face, drooling. They're like, Blake, you okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Dude.
Definitely.
Like the Vision Pro, man. You just have that on. Like, oh, yeah, I'm here. And you're, like, watching, like, CSGO or something.
They're like... we can't. You obviously can't see us. I can absolutely see you.
I'm looking directly at you.
Yeah, look, Shay. Put the Vision Pro on, and it's just
all the stuff.
Just
that's
shit
just
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Just like 1,000 videos.
Like, we can hear your videos.
No, actually, with Neuralink, it goes directly to my brain now, and no one else can hear it except me.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And no one else can hear the other voices except me.
Just like normal.
Look, you know what, Zach? I think...
Yeah, hit me.
You know what's also normal, unless you've got more shit.
No, I wanted to tell you about the Stardew Valley stuff. It's just fun.
Stardew Valley is very cool. Yeah,
it's just so fun.
Yeah. Look, as far as games go, I'm at this... Look, I keep trying to play different games and trying to get hooked into something. I can't.
Nah.
I can't get fucking hooked into anything. We're playing CSGO at the moment, but, like, even CSGO is only so fun for so long. And then I'm like, alright, I'm bored of it now.
It is a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
That CSGO.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any of the stuff, and I'll say this because we played Tarkov so long, and we got roped in with Tarkov
like
for so long.
2,000 hours, yeah.
That, like, when you go to a game like CSGO, there's guns don't have any customization, which means you can't affect any of the stats of that weapon.
So they're really just like skins of the, you know what I mean? Like they're just they're
the
just
skins
there.
with the preset like
spray pattern and
that's it. Yeah. So you've got it's got its own recoil, it's got its own stats for the gun, and not only does it just for the guns, the characters themselves, they don't grow or change or do anything else. You can't adjust the stats for them.
No, it's purely visual for aesthetic.
And that's another thing. You actually have to use real money to purchase. If you want to change anything about the game, you have to buy skins for the guns,
which is real world money.
Real world fucking money to buy skins for pixel sake, for fucking clout.
Yeah,
and
funnily enough, I've got a couple chests, and I'm like, I looked at the price. Some of them's like $10 each. I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous when you think about it. Yeah, I'm like, because people buy these, man.
Yeah,
like, you know, I like, there are heaps of YouTubers like Swagger Souls and like his crew and all that sort. They all play CS:GO heaps, and like the Do and all that. They play CS:GO, Fitz, all that. And they spend mega money. I know they spend mega money, but I've never actually looked into how the money is spent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know they spend heaps of money on CS:GO because they're always buying crates and buying keys and do it. But, you know, but I've never actually looked into it. I've never watched them, like, spend money and open cases and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's just gambling.
It's straight up gambling. I can't remember who it was. There was someone... that was in the middle of the game.
Even the opening of it is like...
What?
Gambling. Like opening a crate. The way it opens and it spins and you're like, you see the possible...
There is a country that has actually banned Like, there's no more ticker anymore. It's literally open, and then you get the skin.
Yeah, cool.
It doesn't change the actual outcome of.
No, I know it doesn't,
thing,
but like
it's the exact same thing.
The ticker thing for me, because we went to the Pokies the other night. Jackie and I went out for lunch, right, the other day, and we went to the Pokies, and she was like, "Oh, we'll just do like $20 or whatever." Like, yeah, sweet, no worries. And we go in there, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to pick?" And I was like, "I actually don't." I was like, I'm good. And she's like, "Oh, well, you know," I was like, "Yeah, you pick." And she's like, "All right, you gonna like, you want to play?" I'm like, "I'll just watch."
Yeah. I
was like, I'm good. And then there was one, and I was like, you know what? Because I had $20. I was like, all right, here. But I was like, I'm not sitting around to fucking be here for an hour. No. So I was like, $20 in, $5 spin, boom. Like, $2.50, boom. I won something, gamble on black, lost. Like, I'm like, I'm just here to win like $100. And the quickest way to do that is big slaps.
Yeah. Straight away. Big
slaps. And if I win something, I win. If I don't, I don't. That's it. I'm going. Because I'm like... we used to spend fucking hours at the Pokies, man. Like, Jackie and I would spend fucking hours, dude. Especially before we had kids. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Casino, man. The Gold Coast Casino. It's like twice a week for like a few months. We would be going, right? Yeah, dude. And like each time, like at least a couple $100. Like at least. Yeah, well, I mean, both working full time. Yeah. Like, we had no fucking...
Double income, no kids.
It was like, seriously, it'd be at night. We'd be like fucking, like maybe 9 o'clock. It's like, you want to go casino? She's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go casino. Yep. Go get changed and drive to the casino, be at casino till like 2 in the morning, go home, sleep, go to work.
Yeah.
That's life without kids.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And then life with kids is like, I just want to slow down and not work and grow veggies.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Everything's too much now.
Instead of gambling on the machines, you're now gambling with the seeds and if they'll grow or not.
Which one will grow? Yeah. Which seedling will fucking be something worth something.
That's right.
No, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I think the biggest thing for me, like, with it, like, there's a fucking new documentary on Netflix. I think it's called, like, The Octopus Conspiracy or something to do with that. Okay. It's really good. It's brand new. Came out, like, a couple weeks ago. And what's in that, there's like 3 episodes. In that, there's a lady who says something, and she's like, once you sort of see the world for what it actually is, right? And this is not like some conspiracy thing on being the world for what it actually is. We all know what the world actually is. Yeah. It is greed. Like, we know that the world is run by greed and money, right? Everyone knows this, but no one wants to look at it. That's the thing, right? We know it, but if we stick our heads in the sand, we can at least enjoy the little bit of sand we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, instead of worrying about the world burning around us, this is some fucking nice sand.
Yeah.
You know?
Warm sand.
Dude, you know what? The sand around my head, it's good temperature. It's not too grainy, you know? Yeah. It's not in my mouth right now, so I'm pretty happy. Like, that's literally what it is, because you pull your head out and you go, oh, fuck! Everything's on fire! Yep. You go, everything is burning!
Yep.
And then you look around and you're like, why is everyone out? Because they don't want to worry about the world burning, man. So I'm in this weird thing where I'm like, you know what? I've started following where the money goes. And unfortunately, the money don't go back to us.
It never has.
I found out this morning that the money goes back to like 8 companies. There's 8 companies. It's not BlackRock and Vanguard. There's 8 of them, because I thought about it. I'm like, who owns BlackRock? It's the other 7 companies own BlackRock, and who owns Vanguard? BlackRock and the other 6 companies, and who owns JP Morgan? Well, Vanguard, BlackRock, and the other 6 companies, and literally they all just own each other.
Yeah.
So like when you think about, and it's like, where does the money go? It just goes to those like 8 companies. That's like the mega corp. You know what I mean? Like that is the like mega corporation that owns everything. Is like those 8 that own each other.
I get to say a word that I don't think I've ever said if we haven't been talking about Alex Jones. Globalists.
Yeah, the fucking global elites.
Globalists. Oh man.
But yeah, that's what it is. So like you actually start looking at and like you look at where you buy things on the shelf. If you're looking at who owns those companies, it is one of those 8 companies, if not all of them. Like, they literally have something in everything, right? And it is all services. So it's like your fuel or your fucking healthcare or your education. Like, they have their finger in every pie, right?
Oh, yeah.
They have their finger in every pie. The only finger they don't have, a pie that they don't have a finger in is small local business. Yeah. It is small business is the only thing that they don't have their fucking finger in. They still do, because small business has to buy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like little breads, like you go to the bakery, like you're buying bread from the bakery. The money's going to the bakery. You're not going to Woolies to buy a loaf of bread that then goes to offshore to some other fucking person. You know what I mean? Look, it's
It's
not.
Bakeries are bad. And here's my explanation.
Why are bakeries bad, Zach?
Where does the flour come from?
Exactly.
and if the flour is good, where does the wheat come from?
Exactly, and the milk.
Yeah, that's it.
Where does the sugar come from? Where does the salt come? Yeah, no, seriously. Everything is owned by 8 or so companies. And that it sucks once you actually start thinking about that, because you're like, well, I want my money to go to good things, and I want it to go back to the people who I'm buying it from. It never will. Literally never will.
Unless we
revolt. Unless we get our pitchforks and our fucking torches. And you know what? I've had enough, Zach. I've had it up to here. I've had it up to here.
Have you
heard about peaceful?
Have you heard about these I can't remember, they're called blue communes or something like that? They're basically
blue states.
I don't know if they're called blue states, or maybe they might be called blue states.
Blue state is a thing. Blue state is it's an area inside of a country that's the people who live there live far longer than what they should be. That's a blue state.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like a blue state city. There's
I
a blue
might be
state
thinking
city
of something else.
It's probably different. Yeah. Go on.
I'm thinking about these guys that fucking live purely off the land. They make their own clothes from flax.
Dude,
they fucking they're literally just working to keep themselves alive in what's the name of that fucking religious group that are they Mennonites, but they're not Mennonites. The other same sort of dealy where they just they reject all technology. They fucking live out in farms. They ride coaches. They reject all technology. And they just work and pray.
Yeah.
And because they believe heavily in doing work to get into heaven. So all they have to do is fucking build barns. Why cannot I think of the fucking name of this group of people that have such a long history of just reject technology and
not the Amish.
Yeah,
is it the Amish?
The Amish, yeah.
Yeah, because that's Titus. So Titus is not Amish. He's a YouTuber. He's just a religious guy who got interviewed one time by this guy. He's got millions of followers, and he just travels around the world and goes into cool areas and interviews people and explores different places that we wouldn't normally explore, right? Places that people just don't go to, like Alaska and shit, and meet someone who lives off the grid in Alaska, and go to fucking Wisconsin and meet people who live in the rich part of Wisconsin, whatever, right? Whatever it is. Titus is just this super religious guy. He's super nice. He just wants to pray and wants to live, and that's what he does. He'll climb. He's 35 or something. And he'll climb trees, and he'll swing from branches, and he'll climb buildings, and just doesn't wear shoes, and just lives off the land. Very, very simple living. And the way that he does it is that other people come to him, pay him money to learn what he does and live the way he does, and he uses that money to build churches and stuff. So same sort of thing as the Amish, right? But the Amish, obviously, I don't know what their religious beliefs are, the Amish.
I think it's very kind of Catholic.
I thought it was Catholic, yeah.
It's also the same thing of they're I think to some extent they're very exclusionist, because it's you want to be in the Amish, you have to sort of prove yourself sort of thing to get in. And then you have to be okay with completely following all of their stuff. You know what I mean? Because they only wear certain things, and they have to act a certain way. You can't talk a different way, and
dude, even their pants.
Yeah, dude.
Their pants are not normal pants.
They make all of their clothes.
Yeah, they're like this weird, like it's like got a flap, and so what you do is you like pull, like that's at the front, and you pull it across and button it.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't wear a belt because like that is the like belt.
Yeah.
It's just completely different to everything we know on like clothing. Yeah. Like it's like as if you'd have pants that like imagine it's like jeans, except the zipper part is not there and it's like 4 times as long. That's what it looks like. And then there's a like a couple buttons. It's like just weird. It's just weird pants, dude.
So, but they're out there fucking doing that every day.
They are. You're right.
And they make everything. And actually, so I've been watching this dude. He goes around to these random shops. They're called Amish shops. Or I think there might be Mennonite shops. Mennonites and Amish are kind of similar.
Yeah.
I think they're both like it's Germanic sort of religion.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't want to get into it. I don't know too much about it, so I don't know much.
I don't know enough either.
But
so
this dude goes around to these shops, so they have like shops to make money, right?
Yeah.
So that they can still function in the real world
because they still need to pay like land taxes. And
I guess. Yeah.
There's certain like there is ways for people to not pay land tax, right?
Yeah.
But I think the Amish still have to pay land tax. I don't think they get a way out of it.
I have no idea.
I cannot confirm whether that's true or not.
Yeah, cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy goes into these shops. They fucking sell like really long, big spoons that are just wooden spoons and shit like that. And like bottle stoppers and like just like heaps of like a whole shop full of like random shit. Where you can buy a fucking wagon wheel. Like a full wheel.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just like crazy shit like that, and I'm just like, man,
they do
so
sell produce as well. So there's
100%.
a lot of Amish who sell produce from those shops, like like dairy products and vegetables and jams and fermented things.
Fucking lollies, man. They fucking sell lollies.
Yeah, dude.
For all the Americans out there, candy. They sell candy.
Yep.
Just
they
hectic,
sell
man.
candy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amish cool. You know what? Like I have so much newfound respect for all these people who live that way. Because you know what? Like, man, when I was a kid, I was like, you fucking adults don't know shit. Technology's great. Like, we're gonna be. What do you mean?
This is the future, old man.
Yeah, the future is now, old man.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Like, we need to turn around. Man, it's fucked now. Like, no one gives a fuck about anyone else, and they only care about the newest and latest and greatest tech. You know what I mean? Like, like we've come in, like, it's consumerism is all it is at the end of the day. It is quite literally just, you need a new phone every year because we make them so that they don't last. Like,
100%.
They're like, it's too expensive to make a phone last.
Did you know that's the exact model they use for light globes?
They are. Yeah.
So they actually have the technology to make like light globes that don't blow. They don't fail over time.
Yeah, but they'd be too expensive to make and sell.
No.
And it costs too much money. And
no,
that's what they'll say though. They'll be like,
oh yeah, that's what they'll say. Yeah, exactly. But like,
but the consumer wouldn't want to pay that.
The thing is that because one company found how to do that, it was going to put so many other companies out of business because they would only need to buy the one light globe once, and that's it. And then it goes in and it doesn't turn off. It it can turn off, turn on, whatever, but it doesn't blow.
Yeah.
And so they all agreed that it would be better for them if this one company didn't do that. And so they said, you cannot have a light globe that goes past this many like days or months or something like that, or however long it's supposed to fucking last.
For like a certain... I wouldn't be surprised. You know why? It's getting a little conspiracy, but this is documented, but like the reasoning behind it sort of, it's starting to get a bit conspiracy. Tesla. Not the company, the man. Nikola Tesla. So he was working on his Tesla coils. He was researching the pyramids because he believed back then, well before we believed, right? I think it was only the last like 15, 20 years we've actually said that the pyramids aren't tombs. They never were. But prior to that, we've always said that they were tombs. You know what I mean? We've always said that was tombs to pharaohs that we no longer know who they are.
Because we've seen the bodies in them, and we were like, well, there must be giant graveyards.
You know, they did and we just said, well, the Egyptians built the pyramids for these pharaohs.
Yeah.
Now, right, in the last few years especially, we've now said, no, they are, we believe they are like battery sources. Like what it is that there is basalt in the bottom chamber, and basalt mixed with salt water creates like a hydrogen separation like reaction, right? And what they're saying is at the volume of what it is, the amounts and the levels and all this sort of stuff, they're like, it would create huge amounts of energy. They're not saying we know how that energy would be stored or used or anything, but what they're saying is that the pyramid could create a lot of energy, right? Energy really in the form of a chemical reaction of salt and basalt. So that's the energy that it creates. It essentially like builds jet fuel, right? But like the other thing that they've found, there were these 10 stones inside the Giza pyramid, right? Yeah. Pyramid of Giza. And we thought that they were like 10 random stones. There was like three of the three sides were like nice and smooth. And then the top side was like all rough and cut up. And we were just like, I don't know, maybe we don't know. We don't know what they are. We thought that they were like counterweights. Like they were counterbalances so that the pyramid didn't fall on each other. But what people have found is that with wind blown through it at a high, like high speed, it makes a note. It makes a chord. And the chord is the same sound that the Apple turn-on sound is. It is literally the exact same sound, which is the frequency of the Earth. So...
Hold up, you're saying a lot of stuff that just... It
sounds ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's like... My brain is going, that sounds way too cool. And I want fact checks.
Yeah, this is the thing though. So like the basalt stuff and all that, like that's fact check. Like we 100% know that there was basalt down there, right? Like we know that there's heaps of basalt down there. That's fine. We know that salt water mixed with basalt creates like a chemical reaction.
Yeah,
that's cool. The stone thing, we just thought that they were random stones, but we're starting to think now that they might have been purposely carved so that it's like a flute. It's like a flute, yeah. So and that's what I'm saying. So like in the last like 10 years, we've basically said the pyramids aren't tombs. We think they might be some form of energy, something, but we don't know what it is. Back in like 1907 or whatever,
it's an electric
Nikola Tesla was out here. Yeah, it's a record. It's just a giant recorder. Yeah. It's just, you know what the thing on the top was? The entire pyramid just comes to a single flute, like, lit piece, and you go all the way to the top of the pyramid. And you go.
You just play shitty hot cross buns.
Like after everything, we're like, man, our ancient ancestors suck. They suck.
Yeah.
But so you know what? I'm happy to be fact checked on that. But like, I know for a fact that we no longer believe that they are tombs. That much I know. The general consensus from most people who are researching the pyramids now no longer believe that they were tombs. We don't believe that they were made for pharaohs. We believe that the pharaohs used them after they were made, right? So whatever the reason they were made, we don't know. But
could the basalt be, just to interrupt you for a second, could the basalt, I don't know what basalt is, but could it have been placed there without the intention of actually using salt water, you know what I mean? Because like it could have just been like, oh, this is going to make a great base layer. I don't know what this material is.
I know what you're saying,
but let's put it on the ground.
I know what you're saying. The thing that makes it seem plausible is that there's inch-thick salt, the entire like chasm running down to where the basalt is, and scientists are like, well, the only way for that really to happen is the chemical reaction of salt water and basalt bubbling, basically creating hydrogen and bubbling the whole way up the tube. It would create like overdoing it many times, it would create like an inch thick of salt residue left on the entire like chasm itself. Or chasm, whatever you want to call it. So they're like, look, I mean, no one's saying that it's a battery.
no one
but people are saying that it could create energy, and maybe there's a way to use that energy. Nikola Tesla was researching the pyramids, right? back in the day. Oh, did you know also that the Giza pyramid doesn't have 4 sides, it has 8? Which can only be seen from a certain time of day from above. There is 8 sides to the pyramid. Yeah, I'll show you that after. I'll show you that after.
100%.
Because it doesn't really make sense until you see it. There is 8 sides on a pyramid, not 4. On the Giza pyramid. Nuts. Like, it is facing true north within a degree.
Is it a like it's not a triangular prism with a square base. It's like a triangle base, isn't it?
No. It is square on the bottom, but it's like it sort of. It's just weird. I've got to show. It's really hard to explain, and like listeners won't fucking get it. But look it up.
You won't fucking get it, okay?
Google. No. Because if I try and explain it, because I'll be explaining it to you physically, and listeners won't see what I'm doing. But just Google it. Google it. Just have a look. It is seriously. It is from the sky, looking down at a certain time of day. The shadows actually cast on the pyramid itself show that it's 8 sides. Like, we know it's 8 sides. So to somehow build. Right. This is the thing. These are all the things that I'm going to say. Right. So to somehow build the biggest thing in the world, right, the biggest man-made thing in the world, to look like a pyramid, but it's actually 8-sided.
Yeah.
To be, like, to have all of these weird buildings and chasms and, like, rooms and things inside of it that just don't make sense, and we don't know why. Yeah. There's a huge supply of basalt underneath that mixed with salt water would create a huge energy reaction, right? There's all these things. Oh, no, sorry, fuck, I'm fucking that up. The hydrogen thing happening, apparently, was it, like, having a meltdown. That's right. So, what they're saying is that there was a heat event.
Yep.
Right? And the pyramid fucked up, and it had the explosive reaction, not the, like, normal chemical reaction that creates the energy. It had, like, an explosive one, and that's why all the salt's on the outside of, like, on the inside of the chasm now, because it exploded out of that fucking chasm, right? So that's why they're saying that it's almost like a fucking power plant or something, right? That's what they think. And then Nikola Tesla was researching it back in the day. He was trying to figure out why the pyramids did what they did so that he could create the Tesla coil. He created a Tesla coil. He had light bulbs that weren't plugged into anything around the Tesla coil. He turned the Tesla coil on and the lights turned on. So he had transferred energy from his Tesla coil. Because we know Tesla coils, right? Like, it's like the shots of fucking energy sparking out everywhere. And so that creates like an energy field or something. Like, enough to actually power low voltage things.
Okay. Yeah.
So what Tesla was thinking was that the pyramid is a huge scale that. So that it would power low scale things. Another cool thing, we've found a battery. An actual battery from like 2,000 years ago. Yes, it's 1 volt.
Wait, a battery is a fucking battery, man.
A battery is a battery. And you know what? The batteries we use today, and I found this out through solar. I was looking into, like, because I want to do my own solar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the batteries we use today is the same plan as that battery.
It's literally just rolled up metal and leather.
Yeah. So this old battery is like a pot, and then it has like a piece of metal inside of it, and then it's like cased in something. And then I think they had grape juice as the like liquid.
Oh, because the electrolyte.
Yeah. So they had a battery, dude.
Yeah.
2,000 years ago, they made a battery. Apparently, they used it to like gild gold or something, because it made 1 volt.
Electroplating.
Yeah, electroplating. That's it. They electroplated gold and stuff with a battery 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought they were idiots, dude. I thought they were fucking cavemen.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know Jesus and times and stuff, but they had batteries, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the actual
that is
fuck?
pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts.
Anyway, sorry to go on this mad, like, fucking conspiracy theory tangent. But just fine. Like, I found out this stuff in the last, like, week or two.
I typed in 8-sided Giza and straight onto images, and I immediately see it.
Yeah, it's nuts, right?
Yeah, that is...
So you're telling me that there are people who were here before us that created an 8-sided pyramid. They created batteries. They have what looks like a fucking nuclear reaction failure, or not nuclear, but like a reaction failure in the pyramid, right? We've also found like traces of evidence of them being in Turkey, like whoever created the fucking pyramids, because it's like, this is the thing, we don't even know who did it. This is the thing, we don't even know. We have theories. We think we know. We have no fucking clue.
Yep.
This crazy shit, man. The pyramids are fucking cool, though. Like, the fact that they could actually be, like, a giant Tesla coil. That's cool, man. Like, I'm not saying that they had computers 2,000 years ago. Technically, they did, because there was, like, I think I told you about that one they found shipwrecked. And it was, like, basically a computer of gears, and it, like, recorded the, you know, you put the date in the back, and it would tell you what all the planets would be like.
Yep. Yep.
That's technically a computer. So like 2,000 years ago, yeah, I'm not saying they had what we have. They didn't play video games and shit.
No.
But they probably had a whole bunch of low voltage shit. You know what I mean? Like things that we, like, couldn't even tell, like fucking gilding, like electroplating shit 2,000 years ago. The fact that the batteries that we use today are based on the same principle that they used 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like, I've been taught my whole life that we're the smart ones, but everything that we have is just from something else.
Wait, everything's
you know what I mean?
remake.
Yeah, everything we know is just remade of something else.
Yeah. But it always comes down to, like, basic needs and then to comfort. So, if there's, like... What I reckon was... And I think Michael from Vsauce says the exact same thing. The one thing that completely changed the way we lived was the container.
Yeah,
because it meant straight away that we didn't have to every day go and hunt for food.
Yeah, because you could store the food.
Store it, and then we store it in a container, and then we create a storage system. And then we've got
multiple containers.
Multiple containers filled with multiple different things. Doesn't just have to be food. It can now be water. I don't have to travel for water anymore. I'm here. Why don't I make a container for myself?
You know what's really fucking cool too?
Yeah.
Talking about, like, you know, that's what changed, you know, like the way we live and everything, and like multiple containers.
Yeah.
We found like the, like, you know, remains of some old person, like some ancient person, and like what I think it was like their stomach was preserved or something, so we could actually see what they ate, because we've never known what their diets were. You know what I mean? Like, finally found the diets, and they had like 4 different types of meat in there. So, which means in the last 24 hours, they had 4 different types of meat. People in the old days had more variety in their food than us.
Oh my god, how wild is that?
How many types of meat have you eaten in the last 24 hours? For me, like 2, if I'm lucky.
Oh my god.
Chicken and ham, I think, is what I've had. Oh no, I had sausage and ham.
I've had, actually 3, because I had bacon. So bacon, beef, and chicken. 3.
Hey, not as much as that ancient dude on his final day.
No, he had still 4. Didn't hit it.
He had 4 different types of meat. Yeah. So it sort of blew out the whole, we thought that, I guess we thought people were like fucking savages and lived on nothing but one type of food. They actually had lots of varieties of types of foods. They traveled a lot. They fucking, like, just, what it is that my complete perception of what, because I grew up in Australia and I learnt about us coming from monkeys, and we were all just apes, and we all lived in caves, and we all... That's what I got taught my whole life. And now all these fucking scientists coming out being like, we were wrong. No, we were really wrong. Like, we're dumber than ever, actually. Like, we've never been as stupid as we are now.
Because, like, we don't have to survive.
That's it.
We're not exist.
We're just existing now. It's not like we're not out there actually struggling. We're not out there like it is up to you to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. At this point, it's not even up to you to live. Like,
no.
You know what I mean? Like, you just go on autopilot. Yeah. And the world will just somehow take care of you. Like, you might be living on the streets.
Dude,
it might suck.
Imagine you strip yourself completely naked, walk out into a bus, get hit by that bus, you don't die.
You might not. That's the thing. You genuinely, the chances are you might not die.
And then...
because the hospital might save you.
The hospital will save you, right? Then, they don't know who you are. And then you don't have to talk to them. They'll just look after you.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
And then you'll get put into a ward after you get completely
especially
fixed,
if you've never had
talk,
fingerprints. If you've never had fingerprints taken, if you've never like had blood, you know what I mean, like blood work done. If you've because if you've got blood work done, they probably know somehow
they
be able to
might
figure
be
out
able
who
to
you
find
are.
because it's a big system nowadays. So yeah,
that's the other thing, man. Like once you're in, you're fucking in. You're in there, brother.
Yeah,
you ain't getting out.
So walking in front of that bus it might also not be.
I could talk about fucking conspiracy theories all fucking day. Like all day.
I know,
dude. I love them so much. I know that our world is actually just boring, and like the truth and reality of it is that people just like money too much.
Yeah,
like that's literally it. That's like, you know what, you could like, because there's all this conspiracy shit about fucking. Have you heard about the Israeli the red heifer? So there's like an ancient prophecy that a red heifer will be sacrificed before building a certain church because they need to bless the tools that'll be used to build the church. And this is the coming of the end days and all that sort of stuff, right? The end times, like biblical prophecy stuff, right? So at the moment, Israel has, I think 5 red heifers. 2 are too old now because there's like really specific things that these cows have to be for them to be sacrificed properly. They have to be literally perfect. Like they can't have a single white hair on them. Like they can't have been leaned on by a human. They can't have given birth. They can't have they can't be older than 3 years old. They can't. There's heaps of stuff to it, right?
Yeah.
This is the ancient prophecy. So apparently there was this American Texas. He was a Texas rancher, and he had red heifers. And he was contacted by some rabbis, and the rabbis went over and they checked them out. They found 5 of them. They shipped them to Israel. They're now under lock and key. They're being looked after. So if we hear about a sacrifice of a red cow in the next 9 months, because that's how much time they have with these cows, then there's some weird shit going on. Okay? So if you hear about a red cow being sacrificed in Israel, it is because someone wants the end times. I don't know who that someone is, but there is someone that wants that to be real.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Whether it's true or not, hey, look, you know what? I don't have proof of that. I have no proof that it's true or not. But what I can say is someone wants it to be real. Someone wants it to be real enough that they're willing to go find these cows and transport them to Israel.
I was about to say something like really dumb. And it seems dumb, but it's the thing of like,
say it, man. Say what's on your heart.
It doesn't even matter if it's real or not, because we're so content with like. Have you ever thought about WWE as a whole?
Yeah.
It's
what do you
it's
like?
wrestling. Okay. They're wrestling each other. They're flying around. They're doing acrobatics. It's a complete performance. It's all fake, but the stories are there as like to be bigger than Ben-Hur. And it's all just a big dramatic play.
Yeah.
And you've got stuff like we've also got stuff like D&D where we can sit in a chair and imagine like hallucinate, if you will.
World.
Fully fantasy world where you play as a different person. And we even have computer games where we'll do the exact same thing.
Video games.
We'll sit there, such as Second Life or The Sims.
Oh, dude,
and you will pretend to be, because you can roleplay in these things, pretend to be an entirely different person and live out your life in a virtual world. Now, what is like different? Like this is what I'm saying. It's like it sounds really stupid because it's just like you can do all of these things, but there are people out there that'll be like,
but they're doing it for real.
Yeah, they're doing it for real.
That's what it is. Yeah, they're doing it for real.
But like, they're what are they gonna do? There's going to be one dude that like this
I don't
exists,
know that no, because it's like the full prophecy is the end times. Like that's what it is. It is the coming of, it's the return of the Messiah. It is Jesus coming back. It is like every religion has end time prophecy, right? This is like the Jewish end time prophecy, right? And it's that the Messiah will return. There's a red cow because there's been 9 cows sacrificed already or something. And the thing, so when they found the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls, which was like the apparently the biggest like fucking discovery in biblical history, right?
Yeah.
Because what it does is because these scrolls have been dated to be fucking old. Like, they're scrolls, they're not books. They are before the times of books. So these scrolls have been dated to be real close to Jesus type period.
Yeah.
And they are, like, translated. The Bible's pretty fucking close to what these scrolls are. So what they're saying is that, well, here's the proof that the Bible hasn't been changed, right? This is the thing, though, and I just pinch of salt with everything, right?
Yeah.
It was found in Israel by people who we're starting to really question their fucking motives. Like,
yeah,
they're currently bombing like 3 different countries.
I'd say
they're trying to sacrifice a red cow to bring on the end days. I'm starting to question their motives. Like, like, are you really for the people?
I think there's too many players in this gigantic game, dude, and if you were to question just one of them and be like, what are your motives? They don't align with mine. You have to then question every other big player's motives and really evaluate, do any of their motives truly align with what I want to do? And I reckon, I'd reckon
99% of people will say no.
Exactly. Yeah. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a single, like, I keep saying big player, but I'm trying to narrow it down. No, I don't think it's an individual. I think it's like
a globalist,
like, an ideal. I think that's what it is. An ideal that, like, say a majority follows that do do and say what you want to do and say, which is belief. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because I think what the whole problem is that you've got these guys that are. I think it's
what it is. It's trying to drown out the noise. Why? You know what I mean? How do you
try and bring on the end times? That's so fucking wild.
Because it's just prophecy stuff. You know, it's like this is to me, because again, we only live a single lifetime and it ain't that long. So to be working towards something for so long, it has to be like a family thing or a religion thing. It's the only way. You know what I mean? If it's faith-based, they fully believe that this needs to happen. If it's family-based, they are doing what they're told by their parents. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I think, because I'm like, because if you break it down to just being like a person in our lifetime, why would you do the shit that people do? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking horrible atrocities that we commit to all these innocent people around the world. Yeah. Including people who live in Western countries, because we commit some fucking atrocities to people who just try and survive in our own countries as well. Yeah. They don't align with any modern thought. They don't align with anything that a modern person, a dude living in today would actually, like, align themselves with. Most people wouldn't align themselves with the coming of the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, it is a small minority of people who are like, that's what we want to happen. we want the end of this world.
That's like, so
because that's what Elon's fighting. Well, Elon's trying to go into space because he doesn't want the world to end, but then he's fighting people who want the world to end. But then Elon's a piece of shit too. So it's like,
it's so wild that you'd want to, like, he's like, I'll go to space, go to Mars, start a colony on Mars because there's not enough Earth.
No, but then I watched a fucking documentary of him and Andrew Tate and Alex Jones. Yeah. And he was like, he says the WEF, fucking World Economic Forum. Yeah. Davos. He's like, they are saying that there's not enough planet, and he's like, it's ridiculous because the Earth can sustain a population 10 times as much as it is now. It's like, it can. So we're choosing not to. That's what it is. We're choosing not to support the amount of people we have living today. There's more than enough land for all of us. There's more than enough fertile land. Like, creating fertile soil is actually not nearly as hard as they try and make it seem. Fertilizers are not actually good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's this weird fucking, like, how long has it been? How many fucking generations has, you know what I mean? How many people just doing what they're told? Yeah. To, like, and then they get to a point and they're like, I don't know if we're doing right here. Like, I know my whole life I've been told to do this one thing, but I don't think we're helping anyone. And then it's like, well, I mean, I am earning billions of dollars though.
Yeah.
So, you know, money's quite nice. You know what? You know what? I don't cry on my $30 million private jet. So, like, you know, it's pretty nice. Have you sat in one before, Zach? No. I haven't. I'm sure it's nice.
No, it must be nice.
it must be nice. Anyways, you know what? I think that's enough. I think we've fucking dribbled. We've dribbled enough shit.
Yeah,
Zach.
Oh my god, we haven't even
know,
spoken about music, Blake.
I know, Zach. Music. This last technically fortnight, we listened to Hall & Oates. Fucking, I actually don't remember. Was it the singles? Hall & Oates the singles?
I think it was called like Number Ones. It could have been called Number Ones.
Number Ones is a different one we're looking at, Zach. Hall & Oates the singles. Daryl Hall and John Oates the singles.
There you go.
It was called the singles. We listened to this. We actually reviewed it already. So we reviewed it, but you know what? You actually can't hear it because Wind in Cars goes over the fucking review.
Yeah, bad recordings.
Bad recordings. We listened to the singles by Hall & Oates. Zach, what do you reckon? We spoke about it last week, but
man, yeah.
Tell me again how fucking good this.
I wish I could remember what I said last time.
I don't remember what I said either.
I haven't been listening to it because we've been listening to the other album that I said in the last episode.
Yeah, that we're not reviewing now.
We're not going to review it now, which is I'm so totally fine with because But I've just been listening to that. I can tell you how good that one is. It's great.
You know what? No, you know. Do you remember what you rated Hall & Oates last week?
I believe it was 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I said 8. So just, I know, oh, we just gave a ratings away. Yeah, look, I rated an 8. Zach rates an 8.5. It's a great, like, it is the best hits, man. Like, there's a few songs here, like, missing that you could say. You could be like, oh, that's a good song too. But this is 18 songs of, like, back-to-back bangers. Like, there's a lot, like, I tell you what, though. It is very same. Like, it is Hall & Oates. Yeah. It is Hall & Oates. It is that, like, 70s to 80s, like, power ballads and fucking, like, shit you can just belt the fuck out of.
Yeah.
You know, like, Man-Eater. Fuck it. Man-Eater, make it work. Make it.
Yeah, that Man-Eater.
Yeah, that Man-Eater. No, but, like, man, it's fucking good. You know what? I haven't listened to it this week either, other than Man-Eater, because it's in my playlist. The Out of Touch, fucking banger. Family Man, great song.
Private Eye.
Yep. So good. Dude, You Make My Dreams Come True. Love it. Fucking Rich Girl. Dude. It's a good album. It's really hard for me to talk on it right now because we talked about it for like 20, 30 minutes last week.
We actually did. And then you know what we did while we were talking about it? We went on a tangent to something.
I can't even remember what it was I either.
No.
And we're not going to do it here.
No.
Look, you know what? If you haven't heard Hall & Oates, like the name Hall & Oates, I could understand.
You can be forgiven.
Yeah, if you haven't heard Man-Eater or fucking You Make My Dreams Come True, or All Out of Touch, or fucking Rich Girl, or like if you haven't heard those songs, and you know what, you might not even know the name. You might not know the name, and again, you can be forgiven.
I'd say
because these songs are everywhere.
I'd say you'd be hard pressed to find someone that hasn't heard You Make My Dreams Come True.
Right?
Like, at least once in their life. Unless you were fucking born yesterday.
Almost 1 billion streams on Spotify, and it's an old song.
It's a very old song.
It has been listened to so many more times than 1 billion.
Yeah.
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 When it come out, like, the fucking 70s or something?
Oh, bro,
like, 80s, something like that? But, great album. If you like fucking just good 70s and 80s music, like, it is there.
Yeah.
It's there. And I'm sure there's a few songs that are newer. I mean, She's Gone is the 1982 version, the fucking live 1982 version. It's fucking great. I love it. It's an 8 for me.
It's an 8.5 for me. I've got nothing else to say about it. It's all the number ones. It's.
We talked about it last week, so we can't, you know. Zach, I'm real excited for the next album. We did, you know what? The album that you just listened to for this week is not even the album we're going to listen to next.
I know, and I've just been listening to. Can I just, we've already. We're here now.
Tell us.
All right.
What was that album?
It was Peripheries. What it said? Periphery 5. Gent is not a genre. That's the name of the album. And it's got like, it's actually really fucking good. It's got like a whole heap of really good songs.
Before you actually review it, we'll put it into the list because I really did want to listen. No, we won't listen to it now. I like the one that we got. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But we'll listen to this after we're done with the because we were just talking about we had an idea for a few albums.
Yeah.
Once we're done with these ideas, I reckon we hit that. I reckon we hit Periphery 5. Gent is not a genre.
Yeah.
It sounds lit. Like I even looked at it, I listened to a couple songs and I was like, I'm excited to do this. And then literally the next day, I told you everything's corrupted. We can't use the footage. So, and then I just didn't listen to it. So but Zach, this week, what do we listen to?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie fucking Wonder.
Number Ones.
Number Ones by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Isn't she lovely?
Dude, every song that you could think from Stevie Wonder that is just like
Man-Eater. I mean, Part-Time Lover. Do yourself a favour and listen to Man-Eater from Hall & Oates and then go to Part-Time Lover from Stevie Wonder. You'll never be able to unhear the fact that they are the same song. They are the same song with different
exact same start again. The exact same start. And you know, when you're listening to this, dear listener, when you're listening to this, you may notice a trend. This is possibly the second part to a 3-part album selection, alright?
Ooh!
Let us know what you think the third album is going to be.
We had the first one called The Singles.
Yeah.
The next one was called Number Ones.
Oh. And they're both, what, like 80s?
80s?
80s-ish?
Yeah, 70s, 80s?
70s, 80s.
Stevie Wonder, Hall & Oates, like, they're getting old now, you know? They're getting up there in age.
Yeah.
I mean, Stevie Wonder's probably, he's probably a whole lot older than I want to think.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say he's probably in his 70s.
Dude, I thought he was fucking near death.
Yeah, I think he probably is.
Fucking, hold on, let me do a quick Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, he's still alive. He's 73.
Damn, I'm good.
He was born in 1950, dude.
I've got residents younger than him.
Holy shit.
Oh,
there you go.
Crazy.
Anyway, he's looking good.
We're listening to Number Ones by Stevie Wonder. All the good stuff. All the good.
Yeah.
I think, Zach, oh, you know, actually, real quick.
Oh,
do we have any voicemails?
Let me double check. If there's not, I'll give you the secret code and I'm just going to stop recording.
Yeah. By the way, I stopped recording my audio like 30 minutes ago.
Oh my god, we actually legit have a voice message.
Whoa, what?
It says 11:04. What the fuck? It's got something there. All right.
Now remember, you've got to close your stream and then restream because if you change screens for whatever reason, it doesn't fucking work.
All right, let's find out.
And then I've got to turn the audio on. I'm here.
Let's see what we got.
I can see the audio wave, and it's just a big block.
Let's find out.
Oh.
What?
Who's Zero? Do you have an account with Zero, and are you using the broadcast phone number?
No.
Travis. Oh, dude. Wait, Travis.
Thanks for calling in, bud.
One of two things: either Travis, you're a funny cunt, or two, brother, man, you got the wrong fucking number.
Holy shit, that is wild. We got
Travis from Zero.
Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea. That
Zach,
that happened.
You know what? I think we're done.
I don't think we need to listen to that again.
I think we're fucking done with this episode now. Fuck you, Nah, actually, you know what? Travis, you're a cool guy. I'm sure you're a good guy.
Well, Travis from Zero.
From Zero. Just like, hey, you know what? If you wanna send us a message like Travis from Zero, or if you wanna ask us about the artificial scarcity of Vienna bread, Zach, where do they? What number do they call?
He's our account manager now.
Because he's in the area and he's going to send us an email.
He's going to send us an email.
What area that is, I don't know, because Zach, we live in 2 different areas. So, and did he say hi Travis or hi I'm Travis?
I don't know.
He said hi Travis.
Hi Travis.
You know what? Neither of our names are Travis.
No.
So.
No.
I thought he was Travis from Zero, but who knows? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Zach, let's wrap this shit up.
Are people... I just thought about this. Are people
no!
using...
Don't say it! Don't say it! Do not say it! Don't even say it!
If
You'll
you want to leave
idea.
a voicemail to us, you want to leave a message
they're gonna do it now, Zach!
You want to leave us some spam? You can do that. All right, and the number is +61 7 5641 1080. That number again is +61 7 5641 1080. Just like the graphics card, 1080.
Yeah.
Wow. You can
the really outdated graphics card.
Exactly. It's a TI. It can be. Now, leave us a message, leave us a meme, leave us a suggestion for the album of the week, leave us like a big old question, because we also like doing the advice thing as well.
Tell us that you're from Zero and you're our account manager.
I can't believe I pieced that together, like, whew, goddamn motherfuckers. Who is it? Who is listening to this right now and knows? Yeah, they're listening to us right now.
And they're like, boys, you better get ready.
Oi, get wrecked. That's what he's saying, right? He's like, get wrecked, you fucking nerds.
This is a really long episode, and I'm really fucking done.
Yeah, all right, so let's do it. All right,
let's. You know what? If you liked me, If you liked me, check me out.
Oh my god, we could do the ending that we did. We could do the exact same ending that we did when we recorded last time, the lost episode.
I don't remember.
You don't remember
what the ending was? No.
I could do it.
Do it.
If you like this episode, follow us everywhere. If you like Blake, follow him everywhere. If you like me, SwitchBladesForKids, follow me everywhere. Now, jump in the Discord, leave us a message, do all the buttons,
and
okay?
Kiss your dad on the lips.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys next Thursday.
Genuinely love you all.
Yeah. Big love.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye. Bye. Bye.